Your site has hidden gems. You may not know it yet. A content audit helps you find them. It's like giving your site a makeover, spotting what works, fixing what doesn't, and unlocking its full potential. And even if your site is not doing so well, let's turn things around. I will walk you through a step-by-step process to do a content audit. Let's go. Hey, it's Jack from RankMath, the one SEO plugin that empowers millions of WordPress sites, and this channel is all about helping you grow your search traffic. So if you're new to us, subscribe. So what exactly is a content audit? It is a thorough review of all the content on your site to assess its performance and relevance. It's like taking an inventory of your site, helping you figure out what content to create, update, rewrite, or delete. And with that said, let's talk about the steps to do content audit. The first step to content audit is to know what you currently have on your site, every page, blog post, and asset, so that you can evaluate and assess what's working and what's not. So to obtain the data, you can grab it from multiple sources. You can grab it directly from your site, from the Google Search Console, and from Google Analytics. On your site, if you are a RankMath user, you can hover over RankMath SEO and click on Status and Tools, and then click on the Import and Export tab. Scroll down to the CSV file section and select Export CSV. You can choose what to export, and you can expand the data even further by clicking on the Use Advanced options. Now, we definitely do not want the media option, otherwise all the images and media files will be included in the spreadsheet, and we want to include the SEO score and link counts as well. As you click on Export, your site's data will be downloaded to your computer. And as you open up the file, you will see something like this, where you will have your URL slug, the SEO title and description, then the focus keyword you wish your article to rank for, the SEO score, and all the other useful data. Now, you will also see your important pages as well, because we are not only assessing the posts, we are assessing all the pages on your site, such as your home page, your shop page, cart page, checkout page, or whatever, together with your category pages. So you want to sort them according to their type. As you can see here, these are the category pages, these are the user profiles, but for the posts and pages, you will need to sort them out. Now, if you can't open a CSV file, maybe you do not have Excel on your computer, you can open it using Google Sheets. On a blank sheet, you want to click on File and Import. Click on Upload, and you will upload the file you have just downloaded. And here we go. Anyway, other than this set of information, you want to visit your post list and add the published or last modified date against the pieces of content. For example, you want to insert another column and set the column heading as date modified, and then you will add the date. On top of the published or modified date you should add to your content inventory, you should also add the traffic data. To do that, first go to your Google Search Console and click on the Performance tab. Next, over at the date range, you want to click on More and Compare. You can choose whatever metric and you can even customize it, but let's say that I want to compare the last 28 days year over year, which means I want to compare the last 28 days of this year against the same time period the last year, and hit Apply. And then the next thing you want to do is to export the data to whichever format you prefer, let's say the CSV. And then you will see something like this, where you have the performance comparison for the number of clicks, impressions, click-through rate, and the position for the time period you have selected. The next thing you want to do is to pair this information with your content inventory. Now, if you want to be even more detailed, you can add the information from Google Analytics, such as the average engagement time per active user and the bounce rate. So to get that information in your Google Analytics, you want to click on Reports. And then under the user engagement and retention, you want to select pages and screens. And from here, you want to do the same thing, which is to compare the data from the prior year to the current month, or whichever date range you have selected. What you want to do is to click on this date range, scroll down and toggle the compare option. Then set the date exactly the way you did in your Search Console, and hit Apply. Next, as you scroll down, you will see data such as the average engagement time per active user, but we do not see the bounce rate column. So what you want to do is to scroll up and click on Customize Report. Then under the report data, you want to click on Metrics. These are the metrics that is shown on your report. So you want to click on Add Metric and search for bounce rate right here. Then click on Apply. and save it. Once it is saved, click on back and you will see the bounce rate right here. What you want to do is to click on this to export the data and click on this to download the data. And now you will have the data you want. The next step is to pair this information into your inventory list. In case you're confused about Google Analytics and you don't know how to navigate your way through the data, I highly recommend that you check out this video where I will walk you through everything you need to know. So consolidating whatever information you have into a comprehensive spreadsheet is the first step to content audit. The next step is to sort the data. If you have a big website with hundreds or thousands of pages, you can't do everything at one go, right? You've got to prioritize which is more important. So the first thing you want to do is to create a column in your content inventory. You can name the heading as priority and create a drop-down. For option 1, you want to rename it as urgent and add a color symbol. Psychologically, red will scream at you to take action now. Then the second option will be important, where you will mark it as yellow or orange, and create another option, mark it as green with the label low priority, and click done. Now this is just a recommendation. You can obviously create your own menu items the way you want, but what I want to do next is to add these menu items to the rest of the inventory list. Alright, here's how we are going to prioritize the content. If the traffic data has dropped more than 30% since the data from last year, regardless of when you have updated the content, we want to set it as urgent. If the content has not gotten any traffic or the number is dismal and it was published close to or more than a year, you want to flag it as urgent. And if the content has not been updated for more than 2 years, you also want to set it as urgent as well. And then if the content has not been updated for more than 1 year but is less than 2 years, you want to set it as important. And if the content was recently published or updated and there isn't any huge traffic drop, then you can mark it as low priority. At the end of the day, you know your website and business the best. This is just a guide. You may have very important pages that are getting traffic and sales to your site, so regardless if there is a traffic drop, you want to keep it updated at all times. It is really up to you. Once you have prioritized your content, the next step is to assess and decide what you want to do with them. So there are basically a couple of things you can do with the content you have flagged. You can either update your content, consolidate pages with similar content, delete and redirect content that are no longer relevant, and repurpose the content. And that's it. I may be wrong, but let me know in the comments. Anyway, let me walk you through each of its processes. Believe it or not, deleting content that are beyond repair can help improve SEO because it shows to the search engines that your website is making the effort to stay relevant. For example, if you have an outdated review page such as BlackBerry Curve 9360 review, where this phone model was released in 2011 and it is no longer in production, it will be wise to delete this page. Now, though it will be wise to delete the page, there are some SEO considerations. What if the page has lots of backlinks to it? What if there are a lot of internal links to the page? If you abruptly delete the page, it becomes a 404 page, meaning the page does not exist anymore on your site and it can negatively affect your SEO. So instead of deleting the page immediately, you want to permanently redirect the page to a more relevant page. Maybe a review of a similar BlackBerry phone that is still in production, and you want to revamp that redirected page with the information about the old and outdated BlackBerry phone. Now, this is just an example. We know Blackberries are out of production. Anyway, to do a permanent redirect, as a RankMath user, you can hover over RankMath SEO and check if there is a redirections module here. If it is not here, it means you have not turned it on. You have to visit the dashboard. Make sure that you have selected the advanced mode and you will see the redirections module here. You want to toggle this on. Once you have done that, you will see the redirections in the menu. You want to click on it and then add a new redirection. Let's say that this is the URL of the old BlackBerry review page. It will be added as the source URL, and the URL of the more relevant review page will be added to the destination URL. So this page will be redirected to this. Then for the redirections type, you want to select 301, which means that you are redirecting this page permanently to this, so that whatever SEO juice you have accumulated from this page will be passed on to this page. And you want to create the redirection. It is as simple as that. So the next time somebody wants to visit the old BlackBerry review, they will be redirected to the more relevant page. Give it maybe 6 months to a year before you delete the content from your page or post list, but keep the redirection activated at all times. Other than old review pages, you can assess if the page is an obsolete how-to guide. For example, if it is a how-to guide on something that isn't in production anymore, you can redirect the page. Discontinued product promotions or affiliate links, low-quality guest posts, you want to delete or redirect them as well. Now, the process for combining content is exactly the same as deleting it. You will reuse some of the content from an older or similar article, either add it to another piece of content or a new piece of article, and then do a 301 redirect from the old article to the new. So if you have a large website and you have multiple authors, sometimes you will find content that are similar in nature. For example, if you have contents like how to clean a charcoal grill, how to clean gas grill, and how to clean an electric grill, although they are different keywords, you can combine them into one comprehensive article, such as the most comprehensive guide to BBQ grill maintenance, charcoal, gas, and electric. There are other types of content you can combine. For example, BBQ Grilling Championship 2016, 2017, etc. You can combine all pages into one comprehensive page titled BBQ Grilling Championship Results 2016 to the current year. And every year you will update this page and change the SEO title of this page to reflect the latest year. And speaking about changing the year in the SEO title, you can do so automatically with RankMath. For example, we are consolidating all the results over the years to this single page. What you will do is to go to the RankMath tab, click on Edit Snippets, and this is where you will edit your SEO title. Currently, it is getting the information from your title, which is this over here, so you want to customize it. As you can see, currently this is a static number, and every year you will need to remember to change this to the current year. But as a RankMath user, you can switch this number to a variable by clicking on this and then search for current. And you will see these variables. You want to select the current year, and currently your SEO title looks like this, so you want to adjust it accordingly. And we are done. So as you save this page, the current year variable will always be updated with the current year. You don't have to manually update it again. Another indicator you can use to identify similar contents is through pages ranking for the same keyword. For example, when you visit Google Search Console, click on the Performance tab. As you scroll below, this will show you all the keywords your site is ranking for. As you click on each keyword, it will show you the page or pages that are ranking for the same keyword. So for example, if we check out this keyword, pellet smoker versus electric smoker, as we click on it, it is showing 2 pages are ranking for the same keyword, which means there is a duplicate. So what you want to do is to combine the one that has the lower performance scores, such as lower impressions and clicks, and combine it with the one that has better performance. Alright, when you decide to update your content, here's what you need to keep in mind. Does your content serve the search intent of the keyword? Is it easy for your site visitors to find the information? And is the information updated, accurate, and factual? These are the 3 things you need to keep in mind. Search intent is basically the reason why a person is searching for a keyword. If you're looking to buy the best dog food for sensitive skin, you'll be searching for best dog food for sensitive skin in hopes to find a suitable product for your dog. And if you're not sure what the search intent of the keyword is, you can leverage AI to tell you what it is. If you visit RankMath's Content AI module, click on the Chat tab, and you can ask RankBot questions, such as what is the search intent or the reasons why people would search for the keyword easy home gardening tips for small spaces. Hit enter or return, give it a while, and it will provide you with clear search intents with different angles, as you can see. What do you think? So read through the content and see if it aligns with the search intent. What you also want to look out for is if there are enough visuals on the content, because nowadays hardly anyone reads the content from start to finish. So you need to have images that clearly describe different parts of your content, and you also want to add a table of content to your pages as well. RankMath has this feature if you don't know. At a place you want to add a table of content, you want to click on Add Blog, and you will see the table of contents by RankMath blog here. But if you don't see it, you want to search for table, and you will see it here. Click on it and a table of contents will be added. If you want to learn more about how to design the table of contents and store it for future use, you can watch this video right here. Anyway, on top of the table of contents, you want to make sure that you try your best to pass all these SEO checks and have an SEO score of more than 80, which means 81 and above. This will tell you that the content is SEO friendly. And take note that this is not a guarantee that your content will rank. Now, if you want to analyze your content against your competitors for the same keyword, such as this, you can leverage Content AI's research feature. Simply click on the Content AI's tab, and here's the research feature. Add the keyword your content is ranking for, select your audience, and hit research. Give it some time to scrape and analyze the content that are ranking at the top. And it will provide you with some smart suggestions, such as the recommended content length, the number of internal and external links you should have on your page, the number of headings, and the media. Also, the keywords and its frequency on your content, your headings, SEO title, and SEO description, together with the questions you should answer on your page, as well as the external links you should add. Sometimes you won't have any recommendations because there aren't any credible pages to link to, such as this case. Now, if you want me to walk you through the process of creating high quality content, I highly recommend that you check out this video right here. If your content used to get a lot of search traffic, but due to the change in user preferences, maybe your audience are shifting to other platforms like Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, etc., and you are not getting the traffic that you used to have, then content repurposing will work. It is about taking your existing content and recreating it into content for different platforms. For example, if we have written this article many years ago, we have been updating the content, but somehow or rather the traffic isn't going up, even though it is ranking at the top. So you should repurpose this content. As a Rank Math user, in the Content AI module, under the Marketing and Sales category, these are all the tools that can help you repurpose your content. Let's say that we want to create a tweet for X. Let's click on it. We can add a simple topic brief, such as write a tweet for the topic, and you'll paste the page title. And then you can add your preferred hashtag if you have any. It's totally fine if you leave this blank, because Content AI will generate some relevant hashtags for you. Select your audience. As you can see, there are many to choose from. And if you can't find any suitable audience, you can always customize it. Select appropriate tones such as informal, friendly, and conversational. Choose your language. We will stick to US English, and select how many outputs you want so that you have a variety to choose from, and hit generate. In a couple of seconds, you will have a set of tweets for X to choose from. What do you think? There are many more things to talk about regarding content repurposing, and we can't cover everything in this video alone. So if you want to get more in-depth into the topic, you can check out this video right here. The link is in the description. Alright, once you have applied the appropriate actions to your content, there is one more last step. Now, content audit is not only about analyzing the content that you already have, it is also about finding new topics that you haven't covered. Some will call it content gaps. You can leverage tools like SEMrush or Ahrefs to find them, but if you don't have the budget, you can chat with ChatGPT. For example, if we visit RankMath's sitemap, this can be your sitemap. You want to select everything and copy it. Then go to ChatGPT and write a prompt, say, with the following URLs provided, analyze the topics of each content and suggest content gaps that I can work on. And you would paste the URLs. Hit enter or return. Give it a while. And here we go. And now let's check it out. From here onwards, these are all the content gaps Rank Math can probably look into. What do you think? So these are the steps to do a content audit on your site, and if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to smash that thumbs up. Our channel is all about helping you grow your search traffic, so if you're new to us, consider subscribing. This is Jack from Rank Math. I'll see you in the next video.